How's it going, everybody? So I was just listening to this radio show, and they're talking about, the proliferation of AI, and that and they were saying, one of the risks to the world is other than AI, is social media destroying democracy, right? So I'm like, well, I don't really think that social media is destroying democracy. Have some government agencies used it to circumvent democracy? For fucking sure they have. Definitely that. So, I mean, when they say social media could destroy democracy or is, actively trying to destroy democracy, it's not from what people are posting. Hopefully people have the freedom of speech, especially in this country, but, not on private platforms, right? That's how they circumvent the First Amendment, right? The government. But if the government is intertwined in all of these social media companies, wouldn't it be fair to say that they're the ones that are undermining democracy, that are trying to destroy democracy through social media platforms? I mean, we just saw with a bunch of the Twitter files that the FBI, they had hundreds, if not, them and the CIA had hundreds of government workers, that gave up their tenure at these government agencies with these freaking, these golden parachute pensions and all kinds of good stuff, and because just being a CIA agent, carries a certain amount of esteem. Same thing with the FBI, or so they think, right? But they're intertwined in these things, these platforms, so they're no longer private businesses, and they're pushing their agendas on us as if we give a fuck about, what's going on in Ukraine necessarily. I'm not saying that what's going on there is okay and this and that on either side. I'm just using that for an example, right? Or that, all these agendas out there, I'm just saying, they're pushing us towards certain ways, right? So if anybody is responsible for destroying democracy, I would say that it would have to be the alphabet agencies in the American government, the State Department, all these NGOs that are really GOs, around the globe for democracy and this and that, and really all they do is they're economic hitmen, and they're destroying democracies around the globe. Why do you think we have the problem at the southern border? We've destroyed all of the countries down there. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying, and the thing is you keep hearing these reporters saying, well, social media, and that is all is going to destroy democracy, right? And that is, saying social media is a threat to democracy is also the fucking CIA, FBI manufacturing that in your brain to think, well, it is threatening democracy. I mean, the Russians paid for a couple of ads in 2016, so there's no way that Trump could have won without the $10,000 worth of ads. Give me a fucking break. You know what I mean? No, our government agencies, and these are the biggest spy apparatuses across the globe, because a lot of them are used in other countries. Just like how we're like, hey, fucking TikTok is a freaking spy agency from China. Well, Facebook, Twitter, well, maybe not so much. I think Twitter still is, because he has all this Pentagon money wrapped up in his space program. Anyway, and Google and all, you know what I mean? Like, those are all government psyops. They probably started off to spy here, but then they found out that the rest of the world would adopt it too. So they spy everywhere. And then, to make work for themselves, they had to bring it home, right? They had to bring it home, because we can only get behind so many foreign freaking engagements, because they're never wars anymore, right? So how do they make work for themselves? Which I call it making work, because it's their budget, right? So if they can prove, we're needed, the CIA's needed, FBI's needed, NSA's needed, then they get a budget, with pensions and health care and education for the children, all shit that you ain't getting, you know what I mean? All to use us against ourselves, But, A divided house will fall. All right, peace, everybody. Have a great day. It's just something I was thinking about because I've heard it more than once. Social media is threatening democracy. Well, yes, government agencies using social media is definitely threatening democracy, especially the alleged democratic agencies of America, right? I mean, barely any of these agencies there's not a lot of oversight, and like, we don't elect the officials for the CIA or the FBI, or, you know what I mean? They're appointed by freaking other sociopaths. All right, well, now I'm really saying goodbye. Peace. Have a great day.